small. Yes. Thanks. I'm 5'1". I weigh 93 pounds. I'm probably the size you were when you were 11. I'm small. One of my earliest memories is of being told by my parents to pretend that I was younger than I was so I can get into the movies for free. You've been there too. Now you remember being a kid, every day is really important. You're not just 6, you're 6.5. You're not just 6.5, you're 6 3/4. So I told my mom I'm really not into this idea of being younger than I actually am, just because I look it. And she says, you know what, Michelle? Someday, you'll really appreciate it. I wasn't always small. For a while there, I was actually one of the tall ones in kindergarten, all the way through 7th grade. And then something funny happened over summer vacation going into freshman year. It's like all the kids were fed some kind of miracle grow or something, because they all had these growth spurts, 3 inches, 4 inches. One kid grew 5 inches. For the first time, I found myself looking up at my peers instead of eye to eye, and I felt like a shrub amongst redwoods. And that's when the nicknames began. Oh yes. Hey, little one. What's up, shorty? Hey, midget. People started patting me on the head, twirling me around, picking me up, usually without my own consent. And needless to say, I was interested in pushing the fast forward button through this phase of life. I was especially excited to turn 21. See, I'm from New Jersey, and when you get your driver's license at 17, they take a photo of you facing sideways because you don't really matter. But when you're 21, you get a new driver's license and you are facing forward. And there was something about that was pretty exciting. I thought, surely when you turn 21 in New Jersey, you will be treated officially like an adult and respected, right? Wrong. Correct. In fact, the older I got, the more complicated things became. Like that time I went to Berkeley, California with some friends, and we're having a great time. We're interested in picking up some wine. So we go to the bodega. They do have bodegas in Berkeley, it's true. And I pick up a nice bottle of white, and I got carded. Everybody did. Didn't think anything of it. Left the store, walking down the street. I got this sense I was being followed. So I did one of those glances that, you know, like you don't really want people to know that you're looking, but you do want to look. So it was a lot of like, you know. And behind me, I see 4 very largely intimidating men just walking a little bit too closely behind me. So I garnered together my 5'1", 93 pounds of courage, and I turned around and I said, okay, what? And there I was, face to face with a police badge, right there, hanging around this guy's neck. He's like 7 feet tall. And he says to me, we believe you just purchased alcohol illegally as an underage minor. Please step aside. Okay, well, good for me. I have this over 21 license. I'm facing forward and everything. We're good to go, right? Wrong. Again. It would seem that because I look so young, this guy believes that I have a fake ID. So he takes the license, goes back to his car. He has to run it now. And I'm standing on the side of the sidewalk, college kids passing back and forth, looking at me like I'm some kind of criminal. 20 minutes of panic until he comes back with this dumb grin on his face like, surely you can understand. It's just that you look so young. You've got great genetics. You know, someday, you're really gonna appreciate that. Yeah, not today. Thanks. It's crazy. We live in this society that is youth obsessed and spends millions of dollars on wanting to look forever young. And people telling me how lucky I am to look so young. And here I am nearly getting arrested for it. After that situation, I would go home and find myself looking in the mirror every day, seeing that same youthful face and just sort of wishing for some signs of aging, like a little bit of white hair, maybe some wrinkles, just something to let people know that indeed I'm an adult. Please, just treat me like one. Now that's like a pretty serious story. They're not all like that. Sometimes it's just plain old hilarious. Like recently I went to the Balkan Music Festival in Brooklyn, New York, where I live now, and it's this fantastic event of people of all ages coming together, dancing in enormous circles, and I found myself standing next to a little 5-year-old girl and a little 8-year-old girl, and they're chit-chatting with me and having a great time, showing me their moves and inviting me to meet their friends, and I'm going, who are these super well-adjusted, healthy children that we all have something to learn from? Just then I feel tap, tap, tap. Oh, it's the 5-year-old. Yes?
Do you want to come with us?
I don't know. Where are we going?
To chase boys.
Do you see what's happening here? It would seem that the confusion of my age is not just limited to adults. Apparently, children have no idea what to do either. They thought I was one of them. And they were kind. I didn't have the heart to tell them I wasn't really into chasing boys. I definitely didn't have the heart to tell her that I was old enough to be her mother. So I did what any reasonable, sensible person would have done in that situation. I joined them and chased the boys. And it was fun. I mean, you couldn't do that. That would just look strange. But me, now I started to see where the perks were. I can go trick-or-treating for the rest of my life. True. I've already started doing it. Nobody knows. It's great. Candy for the year. It's fantastic. When I'm on an airplane, I always have plenty of leg room, no matter where I sit. In fact, I was at the airport last month, and I was approaching airport security, and they, take off your shoes, and the TSA Asian woman says, no, honey, you don't have to take off your shoes. You're getting ahead of me. I was like, great, so they stopped this law. I don't need to do it anymore. She goes, oh, no, honey, you're under 13. You don't have to take off your shoes. 13? Lady, I'm 33 years old. And then there's that look. That same look that is on everybody's face when they find out how much older I am than they thought I was. It's this look of shock and horror and embarrassment all at once, because essentially what's happening is I'm aging 20 years in front of her face instantly, right there. It's like in Indiana Jones where that guy chose poorly and his face melted off. That's what's happening there. And by the time that she can think to lift her jaw off the floor, all she can come up with is, wow, you're really lucky. Someday, you're really gonna appreciate that. And I say to myself, I'm not so sure anymore. Because I've been waiting my whole life for that sense of appreciation. And I'm not convinced that I'm ever going to look on the outside the way I feel on the inside. The way I feel on the inside. I've gotten so used to being defensive, all these reactions I've been receiving about my appearance. I don't really know how I feel on the inside. I started to realize that after a lifetime of being patted on the head and picked up and twirled and talked down to, I had let other people's opinions and judgments inform who I was instead of just being me. And I realized I was feeling kind of small, and not in the good or the cute way. There was always one area of my life where I felt big, and that's playing music. And it's not the stage or the microphone or the lights or the people. It's the opportunity to express myself beyond the boundaries of my body. It's the ability to let my soul shine without any limitation of how far it can reach. It's the ability to experience something that's bigger than all of us. To experience something that's beyond measure. Music. Now, after every show I've ever performed, there's always two questions. One, but you're so little. Where did that big sound come from? My pocket? I don't know. And the second one is, how old are you? It's like they're taking bets during a show, and that's something every artist is really looking forward to hearing is the experience of the audience. I couldn't understand why people had such a hard time connecting to the idea that somebody my size could have some quality of strength or an element of power or presence. Little girl, big sound. You're so little, you have a big sound. You're so little, you have a big sound. I had been so busy feeling insulted by this comment, I completely missed the free branding they were offering me. Little girl, big sound. It became this catchphrase that described who I was musically, but not only that, it became a source of strength for me. It's not my size that's a limitation. It was my lack of perspective. There's a lot of noise out there in the world, and it's really easy to get lost in it. And the only way to drown out that other noise is to turn up the volume of our own voice. Lesson learned. Embrace the parts of you that feel small, and that's when you begin to feel tall. Now, I've wasted too much time caring what other people thought of me. So if I could leave you with just one thing, it's this. There is no one else in the world like you. No one. There never has been, and there never will be again. So you may as well start to learn to love yourself for exactly who you are. Not someday, but right now. Here. Because you know what's really short? Life. Someday I'm gonna make it happen. Someday I'm gonna make it happen. Someday I'm gonna make it happen. If not now, then when? Then when? Then when? Then when? Oh, someday I'm gonna make it happen. Someday I'm gonna make it happen. Someday I'm gonna make it happen. But if not now, then when? Come on, sing that with me. Let's go. Someday I'm gonna make it happen. Someday I'm gonna make it happen, yeah. Someday I'm gonna make it happen, but if not now, then when? Sounds good. So many people talking, they shake their head and say the world's not working. So many people talking, but they don't do a thing. At the end of the day, I don't wanna say I couldn't live my life their way, yeah, yeah. Oh no, no, at the end of the day, yeah. I don't wanna say that I coulda, shoulda, woulda, didn't, but now it's just too late. Sing it with you guys. Someday I'm gonna make it happen. Someday I'm gonna make it happen. Someday I'm gonna make it happen, but if not now, so many people watching. They watch the world through a box that's talking. So many people watching the lives on ABC, BBC, MTV, CNN. When does it end? At the end of the day, I don't wanna say I could live my life their way, yeah, yeah. Oh no, no, at the end of the day, I don't wanna say I bet I coulda, shoulda, woulda, didn't, but now it's just too late. Hey, yeah, yeah. Ooh. me to see your fingers snapping like this. Keep that going. Why do we wait? Why do we hesitate? We give a little too much too late. We paralyze our minds for things we never done before. You gotta keep on looking out the window. You gotta open up the door. Yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. Ooh, hey, yeah, yeah. Ooh, hey, yeah, yeah. Ooh, hey, yeah, yeah. All right, I want to hear your voices sing with me someday. Let's go. Someday gonna make it happen. Someday gonna make it happen. Someday gonna make it happen. But if not now, then when?